Yo, yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy J.O., the 5'10 backup power forward, a.k.a. the dark-skinned Chris Gatlin, a.k.a. PJ Tucker with a beard. Back with another special episode today. Got my homie with me. I can't even express how special of an episode this is today. I got the coolest man on the planet, one of the most stylish cats on the planet, even though he wear medium. I got the guy who was responsible for more podcasts than most networks. I can't even, like, he's a celebrity in my book. He's one of the coolest guys in the world. He's on Almighty Baller Network. You can catch him every week. He's the host of Above the Rim, the #1 podcast on that network. Yes, I said it. My man Jestun, aka JusBlaze.
Oh, my brother, I appreciate you, my dude. Hell of an intro, my man. I appreciate that.
I just got to call it how I see it, man. I know a couple people going to be mad about it, but they'll live. They'll live.
Man. Hey, they got to deal with it.
So what's going on with you, my brother?
I'm doing good, man. You know, hanging there, keeping it alive. I'm a little hurt right now. You know, it might be emotional season for me because my boys lost. You know, my man CP3 was hurt and gets to play game 6 and 7, and I'm tight. You know it. You had the Rockets too. We
Yes,
both
sir.
tight. And you know what I did? I wore my man CP3's jersey in honor last night. I wore his jersey to record my episode Conspiracy Season.
Oh, you know what? I heard it, and I remember hearing Jarv say that you got the jersey on.
Yeah.
Hey, you probably was looking at that jersey when you put it on, like, damn.
Yep. I knew I was going to do it, too, because I didn't have it on when we got to the studio, but I pulled it out of my bag when he sat down. He said, nah, no, you didn't. I said, in honor, man. It's a conspiracy.
Man, it was definitely crazy, man. Them refs, but we gonna get into that. We
man.
definitely. But man, first off, let me thank you, man, for taking time out your busy day, joining me, being my special guest. I hype you up all the time. I'm super hype beast for you. So,
yo, my brother, the pleasure's all mine, man. I appreciate it, man. The pleasure's all mine. Thank you for inviting me on.
Of course, you're not even a friend of the program.
Yes,
you're a family of the program. So, man, we're going to start this episode today, just like we start every episode. Them young icebreaker questions. Let you get comfortable. Let the people get comfortable. So, here we go with that $1 million question. If you had $100 million, what is the first thing you purchasing for yourself?
For myself, I got to go with a crib. I got to buy a crib first. Amongst all else, I have to buy my first crib, and then in a nice crib. A nice crib, I mean, where no one could find me. That's the kind of crib I want, where no one could find me. And that's definitely my first purchase, hands down. And maybe some gear too on the way to buying that house.
I'm cool with the house, the gear. Let me tell you, he be coaching me up on how to dress, man. Like, I'm not like tacky, but I don't dress like Michael Jordan. But I'll be trying to be comfortable. I'll be in my sneakers and my sweats. So if he going to buy gear, that means he going to like Italy or Paris or something to go buy that stuff.
You know how they say you got to come through dripping, my man. Come on.
Hey, I hear you. So you gonna go ahead and get that crib, huh? Where nobody gonna be able to find you.
Yeah, I think we'll go first. What about you? What would be your first one?
Oh, from the other episode, man. I already said it's either gonna be that red Eddie Murphy suit or that ostrich from Donkey Kong. I mean, I'm just coming through, like you said, you gotta come through dripping.
True that.
I'm gonna be dripping sweat with that hot ass leather suit on, though.
True indeed, man.
Yeah, but no, that's definitely a mature answer though to get that crib though. A lot of people want to go buy crazy cars or a spaceship or something crazy, man. Like me, prime example. Nah, man, but that's definitely a mature joint.
It's a foundation. It's a foundation. I feel like a foundation is the most important, you know. And with that velour sweatsuit. Actually, you about to be 5'10", you about to turn into 5'8", you be sweating off 2 inches.
Man, depending on what day it is, I am 5'8".
Yeah, you a backup small forward.
Hey, no, because small forwards got to be able to shoot. We already had that combo. ain't no jump shots here. I can dribble, I can grab them rebounds.
True that.
But moving on though, like you in New York though.
Yes.
So I gotta ask, what's your favorite restaurant in New York?
It's tough for me to have a favorite because I do go a lot of different restaurants. I do like going to restaurants, but I would say which one is hot on my list right now. I guess I would say what I like to eat lately. It's been I don't know if you guys had it over there, but it's a restaurant called Sweet Chick. It's a chicken and waffles restaurant. I'm sure y'all probably have chicken and waffles restaurants over there, but over
I'm in
here,
Indiana. We don't even got chickens or waffles in Indiana.
I was just checking, man. I didn't want to talk about the people. I was checking. But yeah, Sweet Chick over here. And actually, my man Nas is part owner of Sweet Chick. So it's one of the few actual chicken and waffle restaurants that we do have down here. And there was only one, and they just opened up 2 more. So I would say that's my favorite restaurant right now. Low key.
Low key. Okay,
Low key.
Since we got the restaurant, we got to ask, you out for the night, you hanging out, or whatever the case may be. What's that go-to drink?
I'm sipping on that Jackie D.
Ooh.
Jackie D for me. I mean, I like Honey Jack too. They both. I mean, I don't know which one I prefer more. They're both on point for me. But I gotta go with the Jackie D. I'm a whiskey guy.
Man, that's old memories. I don't drink no more. But yeah, them old memories, man. I was always a Bombay guy. It's my California roots.
I can't do Bombay, man. I can't.
Now, I ain't going to hit you too bad, but I ain't going to go into that birthday picture that you had. When you woke
I
up
was laid out.
With the Popeyes napkins and the Bounty paper towels.
You know what that was? That was free drinks and mixing drinks all at the same time. Bad recipe.
That's exactly why I don't drink no more.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so last icebreaker question, my guy.
Yeah.
Give me an embarrassing. It's not even a question. Give me an embarrassing basketball story.
I had to actually think about that because I couldn't remember like embarrassing, but
not yet.
Mine is more mine is more, I would say, sad and embarrassing too at the same time. I remember when I was playing ball and it was the time where I broke my arm playing basketball. Yeah, I broke my arm playing basketball in the rain though. That's why I broke it, because we were playing outside. You know, in these New York courts, you don't have a lot of gyms that you can go to in New York City. So it's all playground basketball. So we was in the park. There's only a few of us there. We were playing 5-on-5 full court. It wasn't raining, but it was drizzling. So I had the ball in my hands. I was driving to the rim, and then I slipped. I slipped on the rain. I fell on the floor, and then the guy who was defending me, he fell on my arm, and that's how it broke.
Dang.
Yeah, so both of them, and I fell on top of my arm to break the fall. So it was bad. So it was embarrassing because people were asking me, why are you playing basketball in the rain? But when you got to get that work in, you got to get the work in.
Oh yeah, most definitely. That's what it is though, man. That's painful. I'm grabbing my arm like my stuff broke right now.
It was bad, man.
I'm moving it. I'm hurting. I'm so hard. Hey, I appreciate the icebreaker session. We about to go ahead, meet in half court. Finna jump it up for a jump ball. We're going to go ahead and start off with these conference finals. What was your takeaway, my brother? How did you feel about these conference finals?
I mean, you kind of know a little bit how I feel already about these conference finals. I mean, but I'm not even going to start there. But I would say it was a hard-fought series, but it was an incomplete series to me. That's what I would say as a whole. It was incomplete because there were too many factors, too many weird factors going on in the series, from injuries, from weird coaching rotations, and the proper pieces, the proper horses, CP3 and Andre Iguodala being out. You never got to see both of the teams at full strength for the entire series. And also we got some conspiracies thrown in there too. We got a little help from the refs, we got a little help from the commission that third quarter. Somebody sent the pigeon out. and from the training day pigeon, and they said it's about that time. They needed a little extra aid. But the series to me was incomplete. I mean, it was a great series all in all. A lot of theater in the series. I was proud of Houston, how they played. I was proud of the defense, and I feel like it was a good series, man.
Oh yeah, same here. I like the series. I would call that 7-game series an epic series over the Eastern Conference series.
Oh, for sure.
I wouldn't call that epic at all. That was like, what you was going to get with that. I just didn't like the whole feel. The whole vibe and everything just was eerie to me. From Chris Webber and Reggie Miller and Marv Albert commentating, to the lack of calls, to when they were calls, it was like, oh yeah, it's a foul. Prime example, that James Harden 4-point play. It's a foul, but it wasn't in the act of shooting. Like, come on, man. You just took 4 points off the board, missed a bunch of calls after that. It's like, come on, man. Like, it's definitely conspiracy season in here.
I'm telling you, man. But let the world tell it. Let everybody else tell it, because everyone's an undercover Golden State Warrior fan nowadays. That's what I've learned in the past 2 weeks. Everyone's a Golden State Warrior fan under their jacket. Those things going on, man. I mean, if you want to speak on it, you let me know.
Oh, I know how you feel about it. I feel the exact same way. And I would get on right after the game on Twitter, drop my comments in there, and get off. Because every quote-unquote NBA Twitter exec had something to say, like, oh, it wasn't the refs. It wasn't the refs. Oh, they missed 27 three-point shots in a row. That got to take... Like, come on, it's not about the calls. It's about when the call is made or not made. The flow and the momentum has changed. And it just didn't feel right. None of that set right with me. And I'm going to tell you why a little bit later, because I got something special planned for that. But that's just the Western Conference, though. In the East, that series was ass. And that's my first ass of the day. Like, that's ass. Like, you knew LeBron wasn't going to lose, but you knew at the same time, like, it's just too many narratives. Like, you knew that the Celtics couldn't go to the finals because then the narrative of, do they really need Kyrie? Do they really need Hayward? Like, yeah, they absolutely need them. Them two of the best players in the world. I don't give a damn who you are. You need all the players that you can get on your team.
True.
I just didn't like that series at all.
I agree.
Now, staying with these conference finals, give me some players that you think, or player or coach. Give me a player or a coach that you think won and a player or coach that lost overall. And it's not like just like, oh, you lost the game, but you may have lost some respect, gained some respect, lost some money, or made some money.
Yeah. I actually like this question because I actually had to think about it because I was struggling to actually find a person who won this series. And I was just talking about the Western Conference Finals. I feel like I can find some in the East. Are we talking both conferences in general? Or
yeah, you can give me one of each, or you can give me just one in general, whichever one.
Okay, cool. All right, so I got two. So for the Western Conference, I feel like the only winner of the Western Finals to me is PJ Tucker.
My guy.
My man. PJ Tucker, I mean, he already had my respect, but I feel like for the casual fan who was watching this series, he earned their respect because they finally realized that he is an undersized power forward and he plays hard. That man plays with a lot of energy, and I think the world finally saw him, on the big stage and shows how much maximum effort that man gives every possession. He was battling hard. He was undersized. He was playing the small ball five. You know what they call it now? It's called the tuck wagon, the five. I like that better than the weak ass Hampton five.
Oh yeah, that's cornballish.
The weakest nickname in the entire league.
Sweater
but it's
vest and khaki shorts.
Exactly, tied around the waist. And my player who won the Eastern Conference, I feel like it's Jason Tatum. I feel like he was put into the spotlight and he owned the spotlight. And I was very impressed with my man, Jason Tatum. He did have that nice dunk on LeBron in Game 7. And he played exceptional in this series as a whole. He wasn't afraid of the pressure at all. He wasn't afraid of the spotlight. And he put up some good numbers. I believe he averaged, 20 during the series or a little bit more than 20. And I had to give him some love because he balled out and he wasn't afraid. And what I liked what he became is that he became a go-to scorer for the Celtics. And that to me is something that a young player usually doesn't gain until like your third or fourth year in the league. You start becoming a go-to player. And I feel like this series and this playoffs as a whole, he learned that he is a go-to player now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'm kind of with you on that too.
Mm-hmm.
But I had my winner was Eric Gordon. Like most people always thought Eric Gordon was this often injured, timid player, but he showed like he can really do his thing, not just shooting threes all day, but he was driving. He wasn't getting calls, but he was still attacking. And in my opinion, the weirdest things that happened was in Game 6 when like Harden, I guess, felt like I kind of felt like it was a little bit of jealousy. Maybe it was just me, but Eric Gordon had 15 points in the first half. Like, it's like they went away from him the end of the first half. Yeah, the end of the first half and all of the second half. They kind of like went away from him. I think he had 4 more points the rest of the game. So it was like Harden wasn't even looking his way.
Yeah.
It kind of irked me a little bit.
I have issues with Harden. I have definitely Harden slander when we get there. I got some Harden slander.
Oh, yeah. My loser was Jaylen Brown. He had good numbers, played pretty good. but it was never like a defining moment. Like Jason Tatum took the stage and said, "This is mine. This is me." Jaylen Brown was like, "Yeah, okay, cool," and I feel like he kind of got overshadowed by Tatum.
Yeah,
and which kind of makes him a little bit expendable now.
Oh yeah, I think he's definitely on the trading block for sure.
Oh yeah,
he's already on the trading block.
Now, with that being said, my number one winner was the NBA.
Okay.
The NBA won. The NBA Finals won't be overshadowed by LeBron talk. Like, where's LeBron going when the season is? Because they lost. That's why, the Cavs had to win, because the NBA Finals would have just been all about where LeBron's going.
Yep.
What LeBron doing. And if Golden State would have lost, it would have been, is this the end of the Golden State dynasty? Yep. Is KD leaving? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? And nobody would have paid attention to the Celtics and the Rockets.
Oh, that's recycled narratives that they love to push.
Exactly.
They do.
Now, my main loser was also the NBA. I know that sounds crazy that they won and they lost. They lost because we got to sit through and suffer through. As basketball lovers and basketball savants, we got to sit through Cavs Warriors Part 4.
Again.
Yeah, nobody want to see that shit. Like, the Cavs are going to come out. LeBron going to do his thing. We're going to get the same narrative that he has no help. Somebody else need to step up.
Yep.
Same thing with Golden State. Everything they do is going to be glorified and magnified. It's going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Yep, for sure.
We're going to hear how they don't have Iguodala. Like, if the Cavs win one game, which we're going to get to in a little bit, but it's going to be, Iguodala on LeBron would have been this, or it would have been that. So I think the NBA won and they lost at the same time.
I hear you on that, man. I could agree with that. For my losers, I got 3 of them. Is that too much?
No, it's a lot of losers in the NBA.
And you know what's crazy? They're all in the West. All in the West. My 3 losers. Because I feel like these 3 guys got low-key exposed on the lowest of keys.
Oh, yeah.
And my man, James Harden, I got to start there. And I feel like he balled out. He played hard. He did his thing. He did score. But where I feel like he got exposed at, and we talked about this earlier, is I feel like he got exposed for his lack of situational IQ in NBA games.
Yep.
His situational IQ. And by that, basically, is how he reacts and how he responds in pressure moments and pressure situations, which goes into him being exposed about his leadership. And I feel like his leadership got exposed this series as well, because he had a few opportunities, quite a few, Game 6 and Game 7, when the real leader of the team, CP3, went out. We all knew it was. He was the real leader of the team. It was time for James Harden to step up from a leadership standpoint, not only basketball, but from a leadership. Like during the game when Golden State makes their runs, I need to see James Harden yelling at his teammates, getting with energy, and getting that Game 7 when they shot 27 missed threes.
Yeah.
I need him to be in the huddle with the one saying, fellas, let's go to the rim. Let's get some mid-ranges going. That's what Chris Paul does. Why can't he do that? You get paid top dollars. You're the best player on the team. Why can't he do that, Jay? And you said I was being harsh.
I said it because I feel like not every player has that leadership in them. We talked about it. Like, I agree to a certain point that Harden, being the MVP, should have stepped up in a more of a leadership aspect. But I was more disappointed in Trevor Ariza because I feel like
I had a problem with that. Yeah.
I feel like you got the rings. You've been there. You know what it takes. You should be the one rallying the troops saying, come on, guys, listen. Because me personally, that's like me listening to my next door neighbor who doesn't know anything about basketball or podcasts telling me how to do a podcast. It's like I'd rather listen to somebody else like you, Jarv, somebody else who does it, who's done it, and got the experience. You get what I'm saying?
I agree. I hear you, but how can you ask? You're asking too much of a guy like Trevor Ariza. You're not paying him enough money to be the leader of the team also. You're paying him money to play his ass off on the defensive side of the ball, defend the top opposing wing player, and shoot threes on the other end. That's what he's getting paid to do. If you ask him to be the leader, you got to give me a few more dollars. You're asking for a lot. That's what you pay James Harden for.
Okay, let me reverse this, and I don't even want to talk about this team because nobody talks about this team. But the Sacramento Kings, they paying Zebo and they paying Vince Carter a grip, not to get buckets. They getting paid to be leaders and mentors. So I feel like
True. But that's a young team, though. The Sacramento is a young team. Houston, they already have veterans.
Yeah,
Trevor
no, I
Ariza
get
is
that.
one of the guys. He's one of the veterans that you shouldn't have to pull energy out of them. You get what I'm saying? He's one of the dudes that, because he has a ring, he knows what it takes. And the
And
only
that's
people
why.
that they would listen to would be Hall of Fame type players, like a CP3, like James Harden, which I feel like he should have done.
No, well, all right. That's like this. You can go. Harden makes a lot of money, but you can also say, and we text this. We got some understanding on it that shit. Ryan Anderson should be up there jumping up and down. He make 19.6.
True.
He should be up there as a leader, but instead he getting shook up and crossed up.
Yeah, he has no business on the floor.
He shouldn't have been nowhere near Steph Curry.
Nope.
Like, they didn't show that man getting his kneecaps took. It was just bad, bro.
Yep.
But no, Harden, I expected more out of him.
Okay.
I really did. I expected more from a leadership aspect, being a leader, not the leader, but being a leader.
Yeah, a leader. That's what I'm asking. A leader.
Yeah, I don't need him to be like, everybody listen, this, and that. I need him to be like, come on, guys, we just got to get this done. Come on, guys, let's go.
Yeah,
I wanted to see something like that.
Yeah, I don't want the man. I'm not asking the man to step out of his comfort zone, but I'm asking him to just give me a little bit more in a time of need. You only need it for Game 6 and Game 7. Then most likely CP would try to go if we got to the finals. So I only needed it really out of you for one game. And that goes into my second loser was Mike D'Antoni. I feel like he was a loser in this series because he was exposed a little bit for his lack of adjustments. To me, I was telling this to Job, the only adjustment Mike D'Antoni had in this series was Chris Paul. Chris Paul was his adjustment. He felt like he relied on him to be the captain on the floor and to make those necessary adjustments on the floor. And to me, that's terrible coaching. Why they continue to shoot threes in that Game 7 when it wasn't falling is beyond me. And his terrible rotation, man. Rotations. He was running down his players the entire series. He played 6-7 guys. Can't play CP 42 minutes. I mean, come on.
I get that. I mean, it's a double-edged sword with that. You were number one seed. You won the West. You kind of don't want to switch up what you've been doing.
Not switch, adjust.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, but for them, they're such an ISO heavy team.
True.
It's hard to kind of adjust and put some structure into that offense. It just don't fit. Like, if you have some structure in that offense, it's like you could average at 100 and some points.
I'm just saying, tell him shoot some mid-range shots. That's all.
That's the NBA in general, though. How many times did I say this is the worst basketball I've ever seen? Because in Game 7, either Game 7 or Game 6, I think it was Game 7, Klay Thompson had 3 fouls in the first 4 minutes. So they had 8 or 9 minutes where Golden State was in the bonus, and not one time did they drive. They just kept shooting threes. It's like, come on. You got Klay out the game. I think Steph picked up a foul. Looney picked up a foul. Like, why are you not attacking to get all these dudes on the bench? Get them in foul trouble. You got the game. But I guess that can't go into bad coaching.
I agree. I mean, I'm not giving D'Antoni all the blame. I'm just giving him part of the blame because I feel like he didn't adjust. Kerr didn't do a great job adjusting either. They were just throwing it out there and just saying somebody has to win this. Basically, It was terrible basketball. Just somebody has to win this.
No, it was. And plus, the basketball gods took out Chris Paul. They took out your boy the Prince early. That's Luke Rashad Bahamute. They took him out early with that shoulder. His whole purpose was to guard KD.
His entire existence was for KD.
You take that out, it's over. And then if you start watching, you get bums. And I hate to say bums because they NBA players, but you get guys like Nick Young hitting threes. Like it's just simple. Then you see Houston who can't hit a three at all. It's like, come on. Everything just worked in their favor. I mean, hats off to them. Hats off to the Rockets. You know, y'all had a great season.
Yeah, hats off to both teams.
And Golden State, congratulations. I hope LeBron beat the shit out of y'all.
For real. I didn't get no congrats. I mean, we know it was a conspiracy. Hey, man. 2002.
You got one more loser?
Oh, yeah, one last loser. Really quick. It was KD for me on the lowest of keys again, low key. And I feel like he had a great series, a phenomenal series. The most points, I believe, in Western Conference Finals history or something like that. So he played great. But to me, I got to quote my man Jarv on this, that he felt like KD was one of the biggest front runners in the NBA. I actually agree with him on this. I saw in crucial moments of the fourth quarter in a couple of these games, I saw KD run away from the ball a little bit in crucial moments. especially when he threw it away to Clay in the corner. That one game we won, I believe that was game 4. And the next game, game 5, where they lost, when he was, if they showed the tape, they showed the video when Steph Curry threw it to Draymond and he fumbled the ball. KD was at half court at that time. What is he doing at half court? You are the best scorer in the entire game by a long shot. Unstoppable. I don't care what Steve Kerr says. You got to tell him, give me the ball, let me win this game, because they had every opportunity to win that game 5. I just felt like he's an alpha talent, but a beta personality.
I heard that when he said that. That makes a lot of sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
It's kind of like what I said about Jaylen Brown's game. Like, you look at the box score, you're like, damn, he put up buckets. But then you go back and you're like, damn, I don't remember him getting this many points.
Impact.
I don't remember his impact on the game. Exactly, 100%. I mean, KD, he it's like Harden. You expect more out of him. Mm-hmm. You expect better.
Exactly.
And for whatever reason, you really didn't get it. Honestly, it's kind of the same thing. I ain't gonna say kind of the same thing, but with Steph, them damn third quarters, they had him bottled up in the first half. Then he come out with those third quarters and just, you look up and Steph got 25 points. So his wasn't like really hitting like that either. So with that being said, though, we got the finals starting tomorrow. For those who don't know, recording this on Wednesday. Normally I record on Saturdays, but the conference finals, and my central air went out and it was like 98 degrees here in Indiana all weekend. I just couldn't do it. So I'm back in the crib, got the central air going. So we're going to go ahead and make these NBA final predictions. What you got, bro?
Finals predictions for me. I don't think there's much debate. I don't think there's much toss up here. I mean, I really want to say Golden State in 2.5, but I'll give LeBron 1 because I feel like he's that magnificent and phenomenal that he'll get you 1. And I believe Golden State will close us out at 5. But Odin, my man, I called it conspiracy season.
Yes.
And if the conspiracy gods are out, because they're out in full effect already, this season in this playoffs, if they want to be spicy, they can spice this series up and have LeBron win and have that little week. To me, I call the series just a battle of the narratives. To me, like how I said in my episode, it was just LeBron, the unstoppable player, versus Golden State, the unstoppable team. So either way, it's a win-win for the NBA. Whichever narrative wins out of here is great for the NBA. But me personally, basketball-wise.
We know what you watching when we get done.
I haven't watched that show in years. I ain't gonna lie. Basketball-wise, the Cavs realistically have no shot against this team. So I think Golden State's gonna win at 5. What about you?
All right. So I was thinking about it all day. Mm-hmm. I like to drink my Starbucks, my strawberry refreshers, and I'm sitting back thinking like, man, what do I think is gonna happen? So I came up with a great one. Cavs in 6, a.k.a. Warriors in 4. Mm. So now, because people like to go back on what you say, and they like to listen for that and say, oh, well, you said this.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
That way, if the Cavs win in 6, I'm right. If the Warriors win in 4, I'm still right. But all BS aside, though, I don't think it's nothing that's going to happen. I think the Golden State Warriors is going to beat the hell out of them. Yeah. I mean, it's not even going to be funny. I mean, now, personally, I would love for LeBron to win. And I think the NBA, they love the narrative, but I really, really think that they want LeBron to win this ring.
I think so, too. That's what I said. If the conspiracy gods are out, they've been pumping LeBron this whole year. Oh, you know it. They've been pumping LeBron all year, heavy.
And the NBA is so terrified of him going west to the Rockets.
Terrified.
Me, personally, I don't think he's going to leave the Cavs, but that's for the offseason show that they're going to do. But I honestly don't think that he's going to leave. But him with the Rockets could be crazy, and that just leave the East in a bad spot.
It does.
In general. So I think the NBA really needs LeBron, even if it's not to win, but take it to 7. So therefore it kind of convinces him that maybe we got something special here in Cleveland, which they don't. Wait, before we go further, hold on. I got one question that I've been wanting to ask. Yeah. I told you we going to talk about it since we on the topic of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Mm-hmm. Why the Kevin Love hate? Like, what? Like, why do you hate Kevin Love so much? And I don't like to say hate, But why do you dislike him as a player so much?
I just think Kevin Love is very overrated. I've been saying this since the man's been drafted. I've never been a fan of Kevin Love. When he was on Minnesota, he put up those empty stats. The numbers look real good, but no impact on the game, really. He had nice double-doubles off of tip-ins. People forget he had a lot of offensive rebounds and tip-ins, which you got to give him credit for. It is effort and it is hustle. He could shoot the three, which is cool. I just feel like, boy, he never shows up when you need him. Where is he? He has 2 knock knees. He can't defend on the perimeter at all. And when LeBron has needed this man to step up, crucial moments, crucial times, Kevin Love is nowhere to be found to me. And I'm just not a fan of his game at all.
I mean, when you say it like that, I gotta respect it. But with Kevin Love in Minnesota, he was fat Kevin Love, so it wasn't too much of nothing going on.
See, but he was a quote unquote the best power forward in the league at that time to some people, but he was never to me.
No, but a lot of that, like now with Kevin Love, man, I think Kevin Love is a good player. And like, I don't know if it was you I text, but I know I text somebody, I think, and I said Kevin Love at Indiana with Oladipo would be very, very nice.
Yeah, I like that.
I think that would be a nice 1-2 punch. But I just think LeBron kind of just kills like players' game because he's so, like I said before, he's so ball dominant. And he just wants you to stand there, wait for the kick out, shoot the three. And that's not Kevin Love. He need to get the rebound. Like when he's down in the paint balling, they rolling.
Yeah.
I just think that it's more of now with Kevin Love and it was an adjustment when he first got there. It's just LeBron. Like you want to play with him, but it's like, damn, do I realize this much to play with him?
Yeah. Oh, so do you think he suppresses his teammates? I always ask people that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
To what extent though?
Like with LeBron, it's like when you hitting, when you doing what he wants you to do, you get a nice cool cornball handshake. You get the look and the thumb pointing, but when you don't do what he wants you to do, you get a suit. But when you don't do what he wants you to do, he stands there, he kind of like scolds you.
Yeah.
And it's like at some point, and only person I've seen do this on his team was Tristan Thompson. It's like some point you got to check him.
Yeah.
And I think J.R. Smith, who used to be a goon, I think he's become the ultimate LeBron rider.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's LeBron's Oakley.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's LeBron's Oakley.
It's like, come on, like at the end of the day, I'd have been like, LeBron, we all men. You're not gonna talk to me. You're not gonna discipline me like a kid, or I'm gonna run them hands.
You gotta run them hands. Who on that team is running the hands of LeBron? Come on.
No, ain't nobody gonna do it. Ain't nobody in the NBA gonna do it because nobody's stupid enough to do it.
Them boys on that Cavs team is soft, man. Other than JR, they SAWFT.
Hey, the NBA, I mean, they know, like, listen, if I hit LeBron,
soft.
I'm kicked out the league if I hit LeBron.
Yeah.
Look at prime example, Chris Childs threw them hands on Kobe. I don't remember seeing Chris Childs after that.
Exactly.
Like, he had a cup of coffee, but that was it.
There's no Chris Childs on this Cavs team. Only JR who occasionally throw an elbow. But the rest of those dudes are soft, man. I just said they SAWFT, not the O. It's A. They're soft. Larry Nance Jr., I'm not here for it. Come on now, Larry Nance, stop it.
I hate to say this, but he's too light skinned for that.
Yeah. but back to your point. I agree with you that LeBron does suppress his teammates in a way, and I feel like that. I said it on my show too, that I think he intimidates his teammates, and that's like what you were saying with him disciplining them, kind of in a way, and he's just an intimidating presence to play with. And Jaws said it too. It's the LeBron experience or something like that. He said it's really an experience when you're playing with the dude. You have to kind of succumb to his demands in a way. You have to play how he wants you to play, how he wants his team to be run. But with that comes success, though. Look at Jordan Clarkson getting a chance to go to the finals. Will he be in the finals anywhere else? Come on.
But you also got to think this too, though. Yeah, it comes with the success and it comes with playing with the best player. But that's only when you win it. But when you losing, you're the scapegoat.
True.
LeBron has no help. Like, what more can this player do? Oh, this player ain't ready for the moment. And for me personally, I honestly think Rodney Hood is 15 times better than J.R. Smith in every aspect of basketball right now. But for them not to play him, that's crazy.
That's on Ty Lue, man.
Oh, me personally, I think it's a conspiracy with that. I think that Dan Gilbert, like, do not play him because we don't want to have to pay him.
Who? Rodney Hood?
Rodney Hood, yeah.
Oh, I never thought about that, actually.
Like, he's a free agent, so shoot, hey, we're going to put him here. We're going to leave him on the bench because we too far into luxury.
But do you think they want him back?
Hell no. I don't think he want to come back.
Yeah, I was about to say he wouldn't want to come back at all.
Like, he's going to get that 1 year Caldwell Pope deal. He's going to get that.
Oh, that little 19 mil or something big. Like
I don't even think he's going to get
15?
that. He's going to get like 12 for a 1 year deal. You did nothing.
KCP is making some bread this year, though.
Yeah, he is, but he's on that 1 year prove it deal, though.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what Hood's going to get. He's going to get that 1 year prove it deal somewhere. Yeah. He's going to do his thing, hopefully, and turn it around.
Agreed.
But now, since we speaking about the Cavs, this is a perfect time to sneak up into the Cavs. What's your all-time Cavs team? Like, if your top 5 Cavs player of all time players.
I mean, when I thought about it, it was a little tough for me. I'm not gonna lie, because there's not a lot of greats to choose from with that Cavs roster. But I don't know if you want to say the best 5. I think is the best 5 or my favorite 5.
It could be either one, because like I said, that, like you said too, it was hard to pick.
Yeah, I mean,
Cavs don't have that many great players all time.
Not at all, man. So I'll go, of course, LeBron.
Yeah.
Brad Daugherty was the man back in the days. I'm gonna go Kyrie, one of my favorites on there too. I'm gonna go Larry Nance Sr., dunk contest champ.
Yep.
And low key, I'm gonna give it to my man Darius Miles.
Whoa! Over Ricky Davis?
I was about to go / Ricky Davis.
Hey, that's so funny because I kind of got a list with them on there too, though.
Yeah.
Now, my list from 5 to 1 is the 03-04 LeBron with Ricky Davis and Darius Miles and Carlos Boozer talking all that noise about how a rookie ain't about to come in here and be the star. And he did his thing. Now, second on the all-time list is 2009-2010 LeBron. When he smartened up and got up out of there. Because what a lot of people don't know, the Cavaliers had an offer from the Phoenix Suns in 2009-2010 for Amari Stoudemire for a pick and J.J. Hickson.
Oh, Lord. J.J. Hickson.
And the Cavs turned it down.
Wow. I didn't even know that, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
For J.J. Hickson?
J.J. Hickson and a pick.
Where's J.J. Hickson right now? Is he in Ireland or something like that playing? Where is he? Overseas? Lithuania?
I could have sworn when I was getting my Starbucks this morning, he was one of the dudes making it. I think he was putting the berries in my strawberry refresher this morning.
Talk about it.
Now, after that was the 06-07 LeBron.
Okay.
That was the year he led the league in scoring, was just a beast. Now, second on the list, 2015-2016 LeBron. He got Cleveland a ring that year. I don't even got to say no more. And the best Cav of all time was this year's LeBron. What else got to be said but what he's doing right now in the playoffs?
I agree.
Now, that's how bad the Cavs. I could have went with Elo or Price or anybody, but it just didn't feel right. You just got to go LeBron. He's a top 50 Cav of all time.
Yep.
Like, whatever he does works, and that's just what it is. I wasn't finna go Mark Price or Bobby Sura or Terrell Brandon or Danny Ferry. I mean, the list go on of cornballs that played there. But it just didn't.
Was he a man Chris Gatling on there before?
Hey, Chris Gatling played for every team in the NBA. Every team he put up a headband for my guy.
He did.
Now, keeping that, we gonna keep that same energy though. We gonna go to the other side. What's that Golden State all-time team? Since you went first, it's only right that I go ahead and lead it off on this one.
Yes, sir.
So 5 to 1. Give me Tim Hardaway. Played 6 years there, 20 points, 9 assists a game. And over a 6-year career in Golden State. Number 4, I got our guy, Latrell Sprewell. He played 6 seasons as well, averaged 20 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Now, number 3, old school, my only old school player that I'm going to probably talk about on this show, well, this episode for sure, Rick Barry. 25 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists over 8 years. And he shot that free throw underhand.
He did.
Now, at 2, and I was thinking about going like a Clay and Draymond split here, but I went with my man out of St. John, giving love to New York, Chris Mullin.
knew you was going there.
13 years. Well, 13 seasons. I ain't gonna say years. 13 seasons with the Golden State Warriors, averaging 20 points a game over 13 seasons.
Nice.
And number one, ain't even got to say nothing. It's Steph. That's it. It's Steph. 3-time, well, about to be what? 3-time champ. One of the greatest shooters, if not the greatest shooter ever. That's just what it is. I was gonna put Mitch Richmond on there, but his better years came with Sacramento.
Oh, you think so? I mean, yeah. I mean, you got a point. They were split the first couple of years.
Yeah, and I looked it up. I'm like, damn, Mitch Richmond. He only played 3 years of Golden State.
Yeah, that was
Run TMC
years. Well, for my 5, I do have 3 of Run TMC. I got Chris Mullin, I got Mitch Richmond, and I got Timmy Hardaway, who was a beast. Because everyone's sleeping on Timmy Hardaway, man. I tell you, so many people sleep on Timmy. Killer crossover. Nasty. I'm gonna go Wilt the Stilt Chamberlain. I'm gonna go old school.
I had him, but I was like, wait, he played for the Philadelphia Warriors too.
Yeah, I know.
So I was like, I ain't want to go through that, but no.
All right, we could put an asterisk next to him. That's fine.
That means you did your homework.
Yeah. Also, on the lowest of keys, I like Golden State Warrior Steven Jackson.
All right, I give you that. It's your list. But I just got to ask one question though. I'm doing my Stephen A. Smith goofy look where he turned to the side and be making them big eyeballs.
Yeah.
Steven Jackson over Jason Richardson?
Oh, nah. I gotta go Jason Richardson over that. When I say he was just one of my favorites, not saying he was one of the best Warriors, not at all. Yeah. Because of when they did upset that number 1 seed Dallas Mavericks team that year. So I always give props to that squad with B. Diddy.
Oh yeah.
And I believe Matt Barnes was on that team as well. A couple of guys. Monte Ellis. Yeah, I always like Monte Ellis.
We're the only 2 people that ever liked him.
Yeah, I know he got a lot of hate, but I like Monte Ellis' game, man. He was just a little undersized 2 guard, but I still don't know why he's not in the NBA right now, too, matter of fact.
Good question. He on 2K.
Yeah, he is on 2K. So sometimes I've signed him on free agency. I'm not even going to lie to you. Also, rounding out, I guess I would go with Steph. I mean, I don't like to say too many great words about Steph. Because I fight a lot with his fans, the Steph Curry apologists, because, one game he's hurt, one game he's injured. I hate that portion, but I got to give him his love. He is, I'm going to say, tied for the greatest shooter of all time with my man Ray Allen, because that's one of my favorite players of all time.
That's your guy.
That's my guy. So I can't say he's better, but they neck and neck. I'll give him neck and neck. So I got to give it to him. Top 5 Warrior. He's probably the best Warrior, or the most successful Warrior of all time. I got to give him some love. I mean, he puts in work.
See, that's respectable, man. I like when people can put their emotions aside and give a man his props. Like, a lot of people, like people, especially on Twitter, man, I just had to expose somebody the other day for calling them La Bitch instead of LeBron. Oh, man, like, number one, you don't got to be emotional about it.
Very emotional.
And people get emotional about people that don't even know you exist.
Yep.
Like, how could you be this crazy about somebody who doesn't even know that you exist? I know that people got the LeBron sexuals and all that stuff. Come on, man. All that's cornball. I like who I like. That's me. I like LeBron. I'm a LeBron guy.
Exactly.
I mean, you take up and you defend what you like. That is what it is. So with all that being said, this is probably my favorite part of the show, because this gives everybody a chance to get to know Justin instead of JusBlaze. So I got a couple of rapid fire questions for you.
All
you
right.
think you can handle them?
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
All right. Number 1, Nets or Knicks?
Knicks.
Oh, you're a Knicks guy, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I'm neither one, but I root for both. But I
if you had to pick. Okay. Giants or Jets?
Giants for me. Yeah, man.
My guy.
Yes, sir.
Yankees or Mets?
Yankees all day, every day.
Better New York player in street ball or whatever you want to do. Stephon Marbury or Sebastian Telfair?
I gotta go with well, street ball player. You mean better play in the NBA or better play when he was street ball playing around Brooklyn?
Even when around Brooklyn, like when they just hanging out doing their thing, because we know better basketball player in the NBA was Marbury.
Yeah, exactly. A bigger hood legend, though. I'm not gonna lie, might be Telfair. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. He's a real hood legend out here, as Stephon Marbury is too, obviously. But I would say a lot of people remember Sebastian Telfair's run in Coney Island more than Stephon Marbury. They just know him because he went in the NBA and had success, and he's the MJ, China's MJ.
Of course, yeah. Now, me growing up in high school, I was like the biggest Sebastian Telfair
Me
fan.
too. Me too. Exactly.
Like he could do no wrong to
Yep.
me. Like that was my guy. Like I followed the whole thing. I think I still got the VHS for it or the
Yeah.
DVD. What is it? Something with the fire, above the fire or
Yeah.
something. I still got that
He was
somewhere.
putting in work.
Oh yeah. Now here we go. This the tough ones. Sneakers or dress shoes?
Oh, sneakers.
Okay, good. I
Yeah.
thought you was about this because you tried. He had me looking up some. He had me
Some
looking up some
Cole
penny
Haan.
loafers. He had me looking up loafers, y'all.
Listen. For all the listeners here, I've tried to induce a little extra swag on my man J.O. Man, I gotta tell him he had to be a little versatile. That's all. Have some Cole Haans in the closet as well as some MJs. That's
And
all.
if I pull up on y'all with some loafers and some Nike jogging pants, don't heat me because I'm gonna be out here looking bogus with them loafers on. All right, here we go. Last two and my favorite two. What's your biggest fear?
To me, my biggest fear in life is, I would say, failure.
Okay.
I would say failure in terms of me putting my all into something, like for instance, my podcast, which is my baby above the rim. I would just have to say that I've put so much energy, time, and effort into it, and then it doesn't get where I want it to be, my ultimate dream of where I want it to go. So that's what I would say would it be. It would be failure in that aspect. But I know sometimes you do have to fail in order to prosper. So it's a double-edged sword for me, but I just don't like to fail.
Oh yeah, ultra competitive like me. Failure is not an option.
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to be nice by saying that, but failure is not an option for me.
No. I mean, and think about it. You already winning. I mean, this podcast popping up all over the place. People knocking you, talking crazy. Let me tell y'all, man, before I get to this last question, he is probably the one of the most hated podcasters on Twitter.
Crazy. I don't even know why.
Like it's super crazy. Like I'll wake up and I'll be like, damn, what's going on? Like we all in the same thread and everything, but they be going at it in there too. But not only that, it's just he'll hit me like, man, it's crazy. Let me tell you what's going on.
It's a love-hate thing, though, because half the public show me love, and half the public, I mean, not even half. It's just a few sour grapes, a few bad apples. Yeah.
But that's when you made it.
I guess so, man. I mean, Job called me polarizing the other day. I was like, I guess so, my man. I just have my opinions, and I stick to it. Like, you know how you have your strong opinions? I have my strong opinions. I back them up with facts and my opinions, and it's fine. And with this day and age, it's all about, it's the cosign era that we live in, man. Everybody wants to cosign. So if you have a strong opinion and you stick to your guns, if you don't agree with somebody, they feel like you're wrong. When to me, it's just your opinion. No one's right or wrong. It's just your own opinion. So
exactly,
I guess it rubs some people the right way, some people the wrong way.
And that's a perfect segue to this last question. What's your biggest pet peeve? And don't say blog boys. Please don't say blog boys.
I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna go a real life pet peeve. I would say a real life pet peeve for me is manners and common courtesy. I'm kind of big on that, especially in day-to-day life, because I live in New York, so you running around with people all day. I work in Manhattan in the city, so there's people on top of you all day, coming home from work on the subway, and people, if you hold the door for them, no thank you, something like that. That's a pet peeve of mine, man. I can't deal with it. I need common courtesy for me.
Oh, man, I feel you. That's probably my second biggest thing. Number one being when people don't change the toilet paper roll. Like, listen, if I'm at your house and I go in the bathroom and I see that little brown thing still on the thing, on the roll, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. Don't have the toilet paper sitting on top of the back of the toilet.
Yeah, no respect. No respect.
Changed.
Wisdom, respect.
But no, I hate rude people. And I'm not gonna say I'm a very opinionated person, but I'm one of them people. I got to filter to a certain degree. If you're gonna be an ass, I'm gonna call you an ass, and I'm gonna let you know that what you did was cornballish. Now, my man, we pretty much done. But I want you to take the time to let all the people know where to find you, how to listen to your great show, and tell them what's coming up, what's new, what's up.
Well, I appreciate that, my man. You can find me on Twitter at JusBlaze _513. That's JUSBLAZE _513. I gotta spell it because a lot of people spell JusBlaze with the T. No T. JUS. So my show was above the rim, as my man Odin alluded to earlier. He was a guest on there. Make sure you go check that episode out with my man Odin on there. Yeah, you can check it out every weekly. It's a weekly show. It's entertaining and it's informative NBA show. You know, I like to have a lot of fun on my show. I crack jokes. I have a lot of segments, a crossover segment, and people seem to like it. So, man, I just wanted to be like a little barbershop kind of feel. You talking hoops with your homies, you know, just a good normal conversational feel. And how I like to call it, I told somebody else this the other day, that I like to call it a audio TV show, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to give it the TV show vibe, but obviously you can't see me. But if you're responding to me while you're listening to the show and making your own laughing or making your own, nah, get out of here or something like that, any response is a good response to me. And I feel like that's what you're going to get when you listen to Above the Rim. So everybody go check it out. You can find it everywhere. And, my man, I appreciate you. Appreciate the platform, my brother.
Man, listen. I tell everybody this. Just is one of the coolest guys you'll ever meet. Like we got introduced via Twitter. I think it was right after the draft. I think I'm right.
NFL draft. Yeah,
NFL draft. Yup. He was talking about Lamar Jackson, and we just chopped it up. We both jumped in each other's DMs. Like, hey, bro, it'd be good to have you on the show.
Yeah.
He was like, man, I was thinking the same thing.
Word.
We clicked, we hit it off right then, and he introduced me to some of the coolest podcasters ever. So no matter where I go with this show, no matter what I do, I'm always make sure I shout you out because that platform was a blessing. I'm getting followed by people, and I always send them a screenshot and be like, I made it. But I definitely appreciate them, man. And like I said, you're not a friend of the program, you're a family to the program. And,
appreciate you, dog.
Definitely gonna keep rocking with you, and definitely hope that you make it to the ESPYs in 2019 so we can get our party on.
Oh, we there with the loafers.
Oh, no, loafers and sweatbands. Jarv, where you at? Get the loafers.
Yo, y'all too. Where you at?
But all right, man. Hey, bro, I appreciate you coming on. It's all love to everybody. Make sure y'all go out, check out my man's podcast, Above the Rim. Make sure y'all check me out on iTunes. You can check me out on SoundCloud. You can check out the website. The website name did change. It is now CIWWpodcast.com. It was a little easier to type in. Yeah. Too much type what they call it, what you want. But I definitely appreciate y'all taking time out y'all day. Depending on what time of day y'all listening, good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Peace.